Greetings, friend. Right, so this one was a very interesting star, I guess you could say. It had a lot of twists and turns, ups and downs. Made you laugh, made you cry, made you look at Andreas and ask why. Right, um, so for starters, we have a double hydro sector spawn, double phoenix, um, and an extra bomber in there too. Not that bad, not that big of a deal. A single alpha WIM can easily deal with that. And then we've got what, four? Yeah, four pretty dangerous bomber filler sectors. I guess five if you count the Phoenix one. This one isn't all too bad because there's not a colossi or two, and doesn't seem to be as many um, signals in there. I'm not sure, but yeah, double bomber on this one. So a pretty packed spawn, which is what I look for. The P12s don't really have much on them, just a couple of storms and a phoenix or a hydra, so nothing extra on those, right? So overall, this doesn't seem to be that bad. And to be fair, at the start, it wasn't that bad. But there were two big hurdles, two big modifiers to think about here. One, I was half asleep. You see, for most of the day, I would say, I am very, very tired. I have several reasons why that is, but essentially, um, I tend to do these runs when I am tired because I'm so used to doing DRS11 that I was like, oh, I'm super tired, but my restart is available. I might as well do it. Big mistake because I'm used to how easy it is in our DRS11. Um, so yeah, that was one major thing, right? The last few runs I've been doing these when I'm awake for the few hours I am awake, of course. The second thing, the spawns were really bad. Like not the spawns, the interceptors and ghosts. They were really gunning after me in this run. I don't know why. Again, makes you look at Andreas and ask why these things. Um, yeah, and combined, that doesn't make it's not a good combination. Let's go with that, right? Um, but first and foremost, my fatigue was the first major hurdle, right? So, at the start, it was not that bad. You use two of my alpha wamps. I mean, I use all three, but trying to keep up with all three at the same time can be a little rough. Because I do these on mobile. I guess that's a third modifier. I'm playing on mobile, which isn't bad. But when you have planets that are on the very outskirts of the star, every single planet on the outskirts of the star, it can make it a little rough to see what's going on. So, but yeah, so knock out these bombers. Usually they'll die right as my teleport is off cooldown, so I can jump to a second bomber. This one was under Phoenix Shield, but that's fine. I can kill it later. Actually, okay, I killed it now. Never mind. And yeah, so dealing with that, wanted to move this way, just so I wouldn't, because my alpha shield's almost gone. I don't want to be on top of two bombers and potentially some other Serbs there, so make some space, why not? And this was kind of an early sign that I was starting to slip, that I was starting to become lethargic, because I didn't follow that bomber immediately. I've gotten pretty good at keeping up with that, using only two ships to do this. It's not that big a deal. I was a little distracted, I guess, trying to move this way, but still, I had plenty of time to do that, so not a good, not a good sign. But I thought, I'm just a little slow, and I'm tired. It's fine. It's fine. Use the third alpha wimp because these two are somewhat stable to knock this out and try to kill these two bombers on the flip side, but trying, having a hard time keeping up with that bomber and whatnot. Um, and yeah, so here, something like this, right? I would normally kind of move out of the way or sort of leave this immediate area when my alpha runs out on a Phoenix like this. But I decided to use my EMP because I noticed that the storm was just in the range of it. And I don't really use my EMP that often. I mean, it is a crutch and it's more for emergencies, but it's only got a 2-minute cooldown, so I could be using it a lot more. So I figured why not? It'll make this a little easier while I chase around a bunch of bombers, and whatnot, and try to avoid ghosts and the like. So EMP the Phoenix. Sadly, that storm was in range before the EMP could wear off, and this storm could leave my range. So when I use my decoy for these signals, they still shoot through it because I had to kill them one at a time, as well as the darts. So not ideal to take a little extra hull damage there, but it's fine. It's fine. So working on this Guardian bomber sector, which isn't that bad, but gotta deal with it regardless. And yeah, it's really slow trying to keep up with all the bombers here. Wanted to clear this Phoenix out because I kind of forgot I left it half dead. So kill the signals that are on this side. Sort of wait for these things to come towards me. Use my repair drone to heal there because I just happened to see that on the corner of my eye. And once again, I was like, you know what, EMP, short cooldown, why not? Yeah, I don't need to make things more difficult for myself all the time. Just when I want to, rather. Repair drone for the signals. So yeah, and down here, repair drone for the splash damage on the rockets. Not too bad. So I cleared out pretty much all of the dangerous sectors with pretty much full hull. And as you see, right when I finish that, my alpha wimp is back off cooldown. 4 minutes is not a long time in this game, I suppose. But for some reason, I didn't really notice that. Another sign of the fatigue setting in. So it's at the 5-minute 40 mark when I could have started doing, the alpha wimp again. And it took, 20 seconds, 30 seconds almost? Yeah, 30 seconds delay. It's not bad, but it's not ideal either, right? So these are kind of close to getting these destroyers from destroying the planet, but 1 minute is plenty of time. But one thing I didn't think about is how long it takes me to do this, because I do this one ship at a time, even though I don't really need to, but I mean, just for safety reasons I do. So land on the Phoenix, go towards the destroyer, teleport in, land on the Phoenix, go towards the destroyer. And I would kind of pay attention to these two first, right? But that third planet is looking pretty low, And I have decided for this lazy method of just using my alpha wamp entirely for the clearing of the planet sectors, I can just kill everything that isn't the carrier. Because the carrier on its own is pretty easy to kill after realizing that its signals only do about 600 damage, to me. My decoy can tank like 5 of those, so it's not that bad, really. I can still use alpha wimp again, to kill the carrier quicker, but I don't really need it. But yeah, so here was another big fatigue thing. I didn't leave the sector when my alpha shield expired. And I didn't notice for like a good 5 or 6 seconds with ghosts and signals hitting me. So I was at full hull, not so much anymore. And same thing over here. Didn't really. I mean, this should have been a dead giveaway that something was wrong because I do these back to back, kind of. So if this one's shield expired, I don't know how long ago. This one had to be pretty close too. And yeah, so took a lot of damage there. Had the EMP and teleport out. So I blame that on the fatigue. It's certainly not me kind of forgetting that I can't just stay in the sector once Alpha Wimp is over, because in DRS11, when my Alpha Shield expires, all that's left usually is a mostly dead Phoenix, like a few thousand hull left kind of Phoenix, and a half-dead Hydra, which I can just sort of sit in the sector. I can EMP the signals that pop out of the Phoenix, and just sort of sit on the Hydra and, call it a day. But perhaps I forgot that this was D12 and I have a carrier and potential storms to deal with as well. So I have to leave the sector when my Alpha Shield is at 6 seconds, because, the 5 second spool time from teleport and an extra second just for safety, I guess. So yeah, I kind of forgot about that. And as I was teleporting, I was like, oh crap, that's got 17 seconds on there. Okay, well maybe I didn't notice immediately, because I did kind of just took a good 10 seconds to realize that yeah, that's happening. And I was outside this was outside of my teleport range, and this was kind of the big issue here. This planet and this planet's sector outside of my teleport range. And for some reason, the only ship that had decoy available for the ghost that would spawn is the one that was across the way here. These two ships were over here dealing with ghosts and whatnot, but they always had their decoy on cooldown. So that was another big deal. So yeah, kind of lost that planet, But oh well. Even though there were some decent arts on there, there were enough arts that I was interested in to make a full research station, to fill it up. And, I decided, well, while I'm here, might as well clear this up, because I know for a fact that interceptors are going to be spawning over here, which they did for the entire star, or at least for a lot of the star. They kept spawning over here, which means I can't kill them, because there's a bunch of other things in here. I can't intercept the interceptors, as it were. Yeah. So, and I was even slow on the draw here, because, yeah, shield is down. I mean, I was safe-ish to just stay there, but, hull's getting low, don't want to lose too much here, Come on now. And, yeah, so what started as a very strong beginning, a strong opening, was a bit rough. It threw me on the back foot, as it were. But okay, I still got 2 planets. I still got time, but time is ticking. And I don't know why. I'm always so slow getting my transports and, the civilian ships in. I guess it's because I have to make sure everything's clear. Also, I forgot about this Hydra entirely. Normally, I would be clearing out the Hydra after the first Alpha Wamp. But it took me so long to clear everything after the first Alpha Wamp that I had to use it a second time on the planet right after, because, time restraints. I kind of forgot this Hydra was here. And time is still a-ticking, so civilians are in, but I'm in between a rock and a hard place, between a Serb and a dead Serb, because they're ghost place. Couldn't go to this planet because there's a Hydra in that sector. Couldn't go to that planet because spawns are spawning, right? And these spawns are pretty quick. Wait a few seconds, not too bad. Get a heal off and whatnot. Come back and heal from here. But of course, right when they leave, interceptor spawns. The one time that they don't spawn down here, they spawn on top of or near the civilian ships. So I had to wait for that to pass. And, yeah, in doing that, I kind of let my hull slip pretty low on this ship. So, yeah, and at this point, I was like, okay, I should have time because it takes 20 seconds to get over there. 30, or a minute 30 seconds. So, I've got 10 seconds after the arts finish loading, assuming I load them immediately, to hit the Red Star Extender button. So, yeah. Luckily, I did immediately load the arts up. But I was trying to focus so hard on this, but a few things happened. That spawn, which, can't really avoid that, so I have to use my stealth here, which, again, normally not a big deal, because there's not usually extra ghost spawns and whatnot, but haven't had the best of luck with my transports with stealth on cooldown as of late, you know. So yeah, and this was a 20 times ghost spawn, right? The super ghost spawn. I just haven't noticed that they were coming towards a really damaged ship, and that ship would be dead if I left it there. So I wanted to, make it so I could heal off of those ghosts. But in doing so, I kind of forgot that I have to use my Red Star Life Extender, or else the star goes kaput. And it kind of did, but I told that star to shove that shit back in. We're not done here yet. Only looks that way. And, yeah, to keep going. So after that, I kind of woke up a little bit. I was like, okay, it's time to start clearing things out a bit more. Be a bit more attentive here. This isn't DRS11. I can't just sleep my way through it. So, my alpha lamp, which had been off cooldown for quite a while, finally like, okay, you know what, start clearing this out, because transports are going to be coming here first. Chase around the carrier, again, that's how you do it. More annoying than difficult. Just how it is in this game. And yeah, let my decoy face tank those sentinels, not that big a deal. But the second major hurdle, the reason this was an interesting star, reared its ugly head. Andreas and his lovely ghost and interceptor spawns kept spawning in this sector. So, and this was a super spawn too. So I was hoping that was going to be enough. If half of them were going to be hitting my ship, and the other half would be hitting the repair drone, that should be fine, right? I guess it kind of is. Yeah. Still took a fair amount of damage afterwards, but it's fine. Still dancing around with this carrier thing. Finally killed it, and yeah, still gotta dodge that interceptor that's there. Watch out for those ghosts that spawned up there for no reason. Try to load up some arts, but yeah, yet again, they spawn again. Now, in my defense, or I guess not in my defense, in the game's defense, I do have decoy, and decoy does work on ghosts. So, it works on ghosts when there's civilians without stealth nearby. So, I could have just used decoy, and I would not be in danger of the transports dying because, the target priority is quicker than the, well, I guess self-explanatory, I guess, yeah. So I wouldn't have to worry about that, but I was kind of paranoid about this super 20 times ghost spawn, and I didn't know if this was one. You can check it by the time it takes to spawn, because the 20 times ghost spawn takes 25 seconds. The regular ones take 40. So, but yeah, I was just playing it too safe, really. After everything that's happened in the star, I was like, I'm not gonna take any chances with this. Yeah, see, this would have been okay because that's in their firing range, as long as all the ghosts are in the firing range of the decoy drone. Not a big deal. And yeah, as soon as I teleport this ship down, because it was up here, as soon as I teleport it down, another ghost spawn right there. And it's the bad one too, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Happened to see that right on time. That would have been a real travesty if I happened to lose both of my miners there. Yeah, so use my second alpha one down there. This ship was really banged up from the carrier shenanigans, I guess you could say. And yet again, they spawn again, but I do have stealth this time, and I don't want to waste any more time, because time is getting kind of low, and I am down a planet, so I can't just stay there. I even left prematurely without an artifact, because I guess the first reason, I'm tired. But luckily that pushed out that fourth transport out, it pushed them in a bit more, so the interceptor didn't do its thing there. So I guess that was a blessing in disguise, but yeah. So really bad there. So here I'm kind of just taking a breather, trying to keep up with all the different spawns. The extra ghosts here, the 20 times spawn, it's not constant, but it definitely feels that way. The regular ghost spawn is constant, like chaining back to back. These happen like every 60 seconds or so. But 60 seconds is a very short time in this game, I suppose. You see the alpha shield constantly being off cooldown and whatnot. And yeah, so from here, interceptors kept spawning over here, so I had to just deal with that right quick, because I'm tired of Andreas and his nonsense. So came down here to kill this interceptor, and of course, two ghosts spawn, like both of the ghosts spawn down here on this mostly dead ship without alpha shield. So I had to use my repair drone and try to use my decoy very quickly afterward, but I really should have just used my alpha shield, because that decoy did not last long, like at all. So I wound up using the alpha shield anyway, and I figured while I still have it, might as well knock out this carrier without repercussion, with impunity. And yeah, and I had to see these ghosts kept spawning over here, and the miners for no reason, so to go up here and deal with that. And they kept doing it. Luckily I was kind of on top of that, but yeah, interceptor left my firing range. This ship was almost dead and didn't have a way to heal itself, and I could have used decoy because this is just a regular ghost spawn, but didn't want to take that chance, so yeah, I kind of left it while also trying to get in range of this interceptor in time. I don't know why I didn't teleport. Okay, it might have been on cooldown actually. But yeah, just barely killed that interceptor, teleport this ship over here to distract those ghosts, and move this down here. Okay, I didn't even distracted by the big spawn, so I'd move it back here just to kill the interceptor. Yeah, a bit of hullabaloo between the spawns, and again, doing this on mobile, and all these planets are on the outskirts of the star, so it's kind of hard to to see sometimes. You can barely get a glimpse of what's going on. I finally decided to heal that ship at long last. And yeah, so from here, it was, smooth sailing. No more jumping around trying to dodge everything, because all of my civilian ships were in one spot, so it's kind of easier to keep up with them, And yeah, that was rough. If I was falling asleep at the beginning, I was definitely awake at the end, because yikes. Brutal. But anyway, so yeah, that was that. A very interesting spawn, a very interesting star. Note to self, do not try to do this while half asleep. It's not good. I may be like that most of the day, but it doesn't mean I'm like that all of the day. I need to do this when I'm awake, like how I am now. And yeah, so I suppose that is all for this shit show of a star. I shall see you again some other time. Ta-ta for now.